Everyone, this is part 2 of my snook fishing video. So the reason I like to use topwater is because I like to see the topwater blow up in their face. So like say you're doing the walking bait going back and forth. It's basically a walk the dog. It's I don't know why they call it that. It's basically a walk the dog is when you jerk it and go like that, and then it goes like that. So it goes like in an S shape. It just continues going like an S. Then you could just jerk it or make it twitch it and look like a dead minnow or on the top of the surface struggling to survive. But personally, I had a big snook blow up at Snook Haven a while back, like 2 months ago. Missed the fish because I jerked it too early. But that's what you get when you jerk it too early. You lose the fish. And I think it was a tarpon maybe because it was a big fish, silver scales. Had a lot of green algae on it. It wasn't a gator, I know that for a fact, okay? Don't get me started on gator gar, or gator, or shark. I like to see, actually that's on my bucket list to do, catch a tarpon, believe it or not. So, yeah. I like to use Penn Battles because they're light, durable, they're heavy construction, but they put off a lot of power. I think mine is like 30 pounds of drag at max. You can get 185 yards, 30-pound braid. Now, I like using braid over mono any day. I mean, any day I'll use braid over mon filament. 2 reasons. You get a lot of braid more than mono, and it's stronger than mono. Even though mono is good for when you're fishing big fish because, you know, it's stretch, it's abrasion resistant, it has like high strength, it's stretchable a little bit, somewhat, not very much, but like a little bit. So, yeah, that's a good idea when you want to use a snook or something. Think to myself, I'm looking at myself, man, I don't know which way to go. Let me tell you something, when you think about where you want to cast it, cast near the mangroves if you have any near you, or the bridges, or the pilings. Because snook, they like to hang out by the pilings, bridges, passes. Whenever high tide comes in on the river where I fish, when high tide comes in, you get better. I have a lot of luck on catfish, and then sometimes I fillet them and use it for shark bait to fillet. The fillets make it look like when the current comes in, it's waving the fillet around. So then the shark sees it and he's like, ooh, appetizer. So then they go for the kill. That's not like it with snook. Snook are very finicky right now. It's not, you can't keep anything now because it's, well, red tide basically. But in Florida and technically what I'll use is about a big mole about maybe, I don't know, let's say about this long. This is my light target's about this long. Big old treble hooks, about that big. No, not even that big. Not more like that big of a hook. Trebles. If for you that are not familiar with hooks, trebles are hooks that are used to catch mullet. Mullet, there's 2 ways you can get them: cast net and trebles. You have to snag them with the trebles, but the trebles are impossible to snag because they're quick. But if you use a net, I have better luck on nets than anything, cast nets. Now, snook, I mean, I only had 1 day worth of snook luck. And I like to call it topwater. We call them snook candy. Okay? So what that means is snook candy. It's like a lure that they like, that they can't resist, and that they want to go in for the kill every time. That's what snook candy means in that term. I have about maybe, I don't have enough for a snook on that reel, but for what I'm doing, I'm not going on the ocean right now with it. If I was going on the ocean, I put 20 pound braid on it, which I got 30 inside. Alright, so without any further ado, the rod I would use is a 6.0 heavy action, not a medium, but a heavy action, Mega Master Ugly Sticks, Penn Carnage boat rod, not a roller rod, but like a good guide rod with metal sturdy guides. Now, I like to use a stiff rod. Mine's a Mega Master Black Gold, made in Taiwan. It's vintage, but I mean, it's not really vintage, but it looks vintage, but it works fine. And there's 2 different choices I'll go with reel-wise for spinning, but they're both Penn. So if you're not a Penn user, don't watch this video. It's either a Penn Battle 4000, second generation, or the Penn 2 8000. The 8000 size is the biggest reel that comes in. Lowest is a 1000 or 2500. Now, 2500 would be good for bass. Yeah, so It's up to you what you guys want to use. I'm not going to give you any more tips on what to do. I said all I know about snook. Tight lines, everyone.